Hello, everybody. I did a video. My last video, I did a comparison from renting and buying, or between renting and buying, on my last video, just to give a comparison on how renting sometimes is a little more expensive than buying. So on this video, I just want to touch on getting yourself prepared for starting the process. And to do that, you're going to start looking for a home. But before you do that, you need to sit with a lender and see how much you can afford in a home, like I said in the last video. And you want to be prepared when you're walking in. You want to know what's going to be expected, what the lender's going to ask for. And it's good to know in advance so you can start getting this stuff together and be prepared to have everything and not have to look for it when they ask for it. You have it in advance. The first thing is they're going to ask for is 2 most recent check stubs. You want to have those together. They're going to ask for that. The next thing is 2 years of tax returns. You want to start getting all these documentations together. They're going to be looking for that as well. The third item is a copy of your identification. They're going to need that as well. They're going to be putting together a whole profile for you or on you. So they're going to need all of this pertinent information. Number 4 is if you have a 401k, it's good to have that statement available. If you need time to get it mailed to you, if you know you're going to start asking for or looking to get pre-approved, then start getting this stuff together and be proactive. So the faster you get this information to your lender, the faster they can start the file and getting you good to go, where when you find a home, you got most of the legwork done, which is this stuff, or any issues that come up on your credit file that you didn't know about or forgot about. You get time to address it before you start going out looking at homes. One of the other major things is make sure the funds that you have or going to be using, especially like for earnest money, has a paper trail, especially with FHA. Sometimes you have clients that have cash businesses and they may have some cash laying around and they get an accepted offer and have the cash. They go get a cashier's check and submit that cashier's check for earnest money for their contract. And that's a no-no especially for FHA. They will want to know where those funds came from. That's when they're looking at the bank statements. So they want to see that withdrawal for that $1,000 come out of that account, and they want to know where all the funds come from. So there has to be a paper trail. I had a client that had a cash business, and that happened where they wanted to know where the money came from for the earnest money deposit. They had it on hand. They went and got the money order, and they said, no, we need they had to literally go get the check and take the money out of the account and send them another check that came from that account. I mean, it was that serious. So that's why I'm thinking, be a little heads up. A lot of people don't know that, when you have these funds, or if you're getting help from someone else in your family with the down payment, there has to be a gift letter. And you have to prepare them for this because they're going to be questions asked about where the funds came from and et cetera. So prepare the people. If you're going to be getting a gift from someone, start preparing them. This is going to be required for the lender. Write a letter. This is a gift letter. And they may ask a couple of questions about the person giving the gift money. Just be prepared. You want to have the process go as smoothly as possible, and knowledge is always key when you're starting a process that you're not familiar with. Don't be afraid to ask questions about going through the process. But I think the main thing is just not knowing, and it's little things like making sure the funds that you're using in the deal comes out of the account. The other thing is, do not start any new trade lines or credit cards or purchases while you're in the process of purchasing a home, that could kill your deal. You have to think about it. The lender is putting together a profile on you, and they have these numbers, and they have all of this stuff in place, and you make one change where you get an account or a new account, and that they have to do it all over again. They have to rework that whole profile. So you don't want to do anything until you get the keys to the house. When they put the keys in your hand, then you can go and get a new credit card. You can go get a new car. But when you submit that loan application, you don't do anything. Don't get any credit files, new credit cards. Don't sign for a car. Don't do anything until the loan is closed. You sign paperwork and you get your keys. Then you can go and open up new accounts if that's what you want to do. But once again, I am not a lender. I am a real estate broker. So you want to consult with the lender. And I just like to give clients a heads up of what to expect when you're walking into a situation. And a lot of times people just don't know. And then by not knowing, it adds time to the process. Whereas if you had the knowledge and you know up front what you're going to need going into it, that speeds up the process. So I just wanted to touch on that once again. I will end it here. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Again, this is Dean Reed, FJ Williams Realty. You can reach me at 773-405-8628.